Most moussaka recipes stop at tradition. Mine starts with bacon. Real smoky bacon rendered into beef, layered with roasted eggplant and golden cheese sauce. But here's the part that'll make you pause the video. I didn't expect it to taste this good either. Watch. Start with 2 large russet potatoes, peeled, then sliced into quarter-inch rounds. Next, grab 3 eggplants and cut them lengthwise into thick, hearty strips. Same goes for 2 zucchini. Slice them lengthwise, about 1/3 of an inch thick. Lay the eggplant and zucchini slices on paper towels and give them a light sprinkle of salt. Let them sit for about 20 minutes. Watch how the salt pulls out the moisture. That's key to avoiding a soggy moussaka. Now just pat everything dry and we're ready to fry. You can definitely bake the vegetables if you'd rather, but I'm following the original recipe here. Heat up some vegetable oil over medium heat and fry the potatoes, zucchini, and eggplant in batches until golden. Just a heads up, eggplant is basically a sponge. It soaks up oil fast. So once everything's fried, make sure to pat it all down thoroughly with paper towels before we start layering. It's worth it. Time to make the meat layer. Add a bit of olive oil to the pan, then in goes 5 ounces of diced bacon. Let it sizzle over medium heat until it's crisp and golden. And here's a little trick. Scoop out a couple spoonfuls now and save them for the topping later. Trust me, you'll want that crunch. Add 1 large diced onion straight into that bacon fat and saute it gently until it's soft, golden, and smells like you're on the right track, because you are. Now add in 1.5 pounds of lean ground beef. Let it cook until it's nicely brown, breaking it up as you go so it soaks in all that flavor from the onions and bacon. Pour in a cup of tomato passata, then sprinkle in a teaspoon of garlic powder. Let it simmer for 2 minutes to bring it all together. Pour in 1/2 cup of dry red wine. Then add 2 heaping tablespoons of tomato paste. Drop in a beef stock cube, and now give it a good stir, scraping the bottom to pull up all that flavor. Now season with 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and just a touch of ground cinnamon. If you like, add a teaspoon of oregano. It's optional, but adds a nice touch. Then stir in 1/4 cup of chopped parsley, a tablespoon of fresh dill, and drop in 2 or 3 bay leaves. Let it simmer uncovered for about 30 minutes, stirring now and then until it's thick and deeply flavorful. Don't forget to fish out the bay leaves at the end. Time to make the bechamel. Melt 1/2 cup of unsalted butter in a pan. Then whisk in 1/2 cup of flour and let it cook for a minute or 2. Slowly pour in 4 cups of whole milk, whisking constantly to keep it smooth. Keep stirring until it thickens just the way you want it. Season with 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black or white pepper, and a pinch of nutmeg. Then stir in 3/4 cup of finely grated pecorino romano until it melts into the sauce. Turn off the heat and whisk in 2 egg yolks to make the sauce extra rich and silky. Don't skip this part, it makes a huge difference. Stir 1/2 cup of the bechamel into the meat filling. It doesn't just add creaminess, it pulls everything together so the final dish is richer, silkier, and way more balanced. Honestly, I could eat this meat filling just like this. That bechamel takes it to another level. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease a 9 by 13-inch baking dish and lay the potatoes in a single, even layer. Sprinkle with salt, pepper, chopped parsley, and a little pecorino. Follow with a layer of zucchini, then scatter about half of the eggplant on top. It doesn't have to be perfectly even. Spread all of the meat filling over the vegetables and smooth it out as best you can. Add the remaining eggplant on top, then pour over the bechamel sauce, spreading it all the way to the edges. Sprinkle the top with a little more cheese, then crown it with that reserved crispy bacon. Into the oven it goes for 35 to 45 minutes, and when it comes out golden, bubbling, and irresistible, just wait until you cut into it. Look at this, golden, bubbling, and it smells incredible. I wish you could taste it through the screen. If this made you even a little bit hungry, go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. You can find the full written recipe over at cookingfrog.com, and I'd love to hear what you think. Drop me a comment below and let's talk moussaka. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.